All right, so my name is Marcel, and I'll take you through how we run our Costco business within Australia. We've had a couple of key goals that we started with. So I'll start with what our mission statement is. Our mission statement is not just for Costco Australia, it's for everywhere we operate. We currently operate in 11 countries, and I'll take you through it. So our mission statement is short and simple: to continue to provide members with quality goods at service at the lowest possible price. We don't call them customers, we call them members. So that's one thing you need to know. We don't call them customers, we call them members. Quality is one thing, and I'm going to make a reference to Coles and Woolworths throughout my presentation, so I apologize up front beforehand. So when we talk about the quality, our key option for Costco is to buy the best quality product at the lowest possible price. We are not a price-driven company that a lot of people think we are. We are a quality-driven product. That's first and foremost. Quality, price is second. You add quality and price together, gives you value for money, and that's how our business operates. We have 5 code of ethics, which are below. Oopsie, it was too fast. 5 code of ethics. To obey the law, irrespective of where we operate in the 11 countries, we need to obey the global law and domestic law. So as an example, in Australia, you cannot import beef from any other country. So we need to obey every law, both state, federal, and global law. That's first and foremost. We take care of our members, as I said, our customers. Without our members, we don't have a base. So our turnover last year globally was $138 billion globally. That's the total turnover we did last year. Our net margin was $3.1 billion. Net margin globally. Do you know what our membership fees was? $60 in Australia. And net margin for our membership fees was exactly $3.1 billion. So $138 billion in sales, $3.1 billion in net margin, and our membership fees, what we charge the customer or the member to shop with us, is exactly the same. So the key importance of this is, without a membership base, we don't have a business. And without a membership base, we can't run our business. So our membership renewal is very, very important, and I'll talk about that later. Without a membership base, we cannot run our company. So we need to make sure when we satisfy our members, they come back every 2 weeks to shop with us. They don't shop with us, we don't have a business. Simple as that. You look at it, we take care of our employees. We have 249,000 employees. All our promotions are from within. 94% of our promotions within Costco comes from within. So the next assistant buyer will come from an admin assistant. The next buyer will come from an assistant buyer. The next warehouse manager will come from an assistant warehouse manager. We don't go outside. We don't go to Coles or Woolworths or Aldi. Everything is from within. Why we do that? We make sure that the morale within our company is important. So you know you can progress within the company. And that's just not here, that is globally. We respect our suppliers. NH Foods is our biggest supplier. One key thing between us and Coles and Woolworths, we only deal with suppliers that can make money from us. You can't make money from us, I don't want to deal with you. And the reason for that is simple. If you start dealing with us, and sorry for my word, if you screw a supplier for the lowest possible price, what happens? You screw a supplier, they tend to drop the quality. At the end of the day, then you don't get what you want. So it's very important when you deal with Costco, you need to make money from us. Not too much money, a wee bit of money, but we also make sure that we can reward our member. Because if we don't reward our member, we don't have a business. It's as simple as that. And Michael sitting here will know, we negotiate hard, but we make sure that we can reward our member for shopping with us. For every $60 they spend a year, they need to be rewarded. That's important. So if you take care of those 4, so obey the law, take care of our members, take care of our employees, and respect our suppliers, you do that in that order, you reward our shareholders. As Liz said, I'm here with the company 10 years and 3 months. When I started with the company, the share price was $57 US. The share price this morning, $249 in 10 years. Thank God I'm a shareholder, so I'm quite happy to complain. All right? So for those who don't know Costco, I gotta go pause it. For those who've never been to a Costco, I'm going to give you a short video to give you some understanding of who we are and how we do business.
Wait, what are you doing?
We're just gonna buy some diapers. It'll just take a second.
This is Costco.
Yeah, which is where we buy diapers.
Since when?
Do you remember when we adopted that baby? A few months back? Since then.
Mitchell is a snob.
No, I'm discerning.
Official slogan for snobs. When we first met, he wouldn't even look at me because I was a hick from the farm in Missouri and he's a big city mouse.
Who says city mouse?
Country mice.
Oh, hey. I got the toothpaste and the soap.
Well, good. Now we can open that general store. I thought we were just here to get diapers.
We had a saying on the farm, as long as you're bringing the mule to the market. I feel you rolling your eyes at me.
Can we just please get the diapers and get out of here?
Fine, but I want to stop by the wine section first.
Wait. There's a wine section?
Yeah, a really good one, just past the tires.
No way. They do not have. Oh my god. Oh my. Cam. The paper shredder I wanted, huh? Confetti and crosscut. Yeah. Oh. Oh my god. Amazing.
Yeah.
Cam. What is this place? You got it.
Mitchell, I found the diapers. They're over here.
Cameron, guess what I found? Coffin. They sell baby formula and they sell coffins. You can literally buy everything you need from birth to death. Oh my god. Look at these diapers. Look how cheap they are. Oh, you know what we should do? We should get enough for like the next year or two, right?
Where would we keep them?
They sell sheds.
Really? You want to buy a diaper shed? We're those guys now? The guys with the diaper shed?
Just grab 2 more.
I'm not grabbing 2 more, Mitchell. It's time to go.
Oh, come on. We need a... Hey, excuse me. Where did you get that flatbed thing?
Over there.
Go grab one of those.
Really?
Yeah, get 2. I'm in the applesauce aisle.
Give you the next slide. Thanks. To get some idea of how we operate, from baby formula to coffins, and in all our Costco's in Australia, unfortunately or fortunately, we do sell coffins. So that gives you some idea of how we operate. We're the second largest retailer in the world. Obviously, the largest retailer is Walmart. We're the 14th on the Fortune 500, and we have $109 billion in market cap, which is unsold shares that we have globally at this moment. Where we operate, so we have 51 million household holders around the globe. We have 96.3 million total card holders, because every membership, you're allowed to have two people join in. And we have a 88% renewal rate. And as I said in my opening speech, it's very important to renew it. Without the renewal of our membership, we don't have a business. And as I said, that $3.1 billion that we make at our net margin, it all comes out of that renewal rate. And the renewal rate is so important because you disappoint a member now, they don't come back. And our average purchase is over $150. You go to Coles and Woolworths, they buy a basket, they shop 3 times a week, they're buying $20, $30. They shop with us every 2 weeks, and the average purchase is $150 plus. So if they shop every 2 weeks and you disappoint them from a quality or a specification perspective, do you think they're going to come back to you? No. If they don't come back to you, we don't have that renewal rate. It's a very simple organization we have. So where do we operate today? Our mothership is in Seattle, in the US. We have 535. Then we go to Canada, Mexico, UK, Japan, Korea, Taiwan, and then obviously to Australia. So Australia, we just opened up our last warehouse, which was 2 weeks ago in the south of Brisbane, and we did just over $1 million for our first opening day. So it was a great opening in Ipswich. Then we've got Spain, Iceland, and France. And where we're going after this is as follows. We've got Spain, Iceland, France, China. We open up in 2019 on the 27th of August. And guess what kind of beef they're going to sell in China? 100% Black Angus. From where? From here. Nowhere else. Not from the goddamn US, from here. The deal's been signed. When we open up on the 27th of August in Shanghai, the Black Angus will come out of Australia. Now that to me is satisfying since I am an immigrant to the country, but if you can take product out of this country and supply the rest of Asia, it's a great success. We supply Manildra, anybody know the flour from Manildra? We take all their premix out of Australia, out of Orange, into Korea, Taiwan and Japan. We take chicken out of Hanwood and Griffith into Korea and Japan. We take abalone out of South Australia into Canada and the US. We take all the lamb out of Australia comes out of here, goes into Korea, Taiwan and Japan. That makes my job so exciting when you can take a domestic supply and put them on the international platform. That is so satisfying. So that's what we do. We try to grow the domestic business both here and internationally. So where we open up, Costco Docklands was our first warehouse in 2009. Then we went to Auburn in Sydney, Canberra in 2011, Ringwood in Melbourne in 2011. Crossroads is in Sydney as well. North Lakes is up in Brisbane in 2014, Adelaide in 2014. Moorabbin is another site in Melbourne, which is in 2014. Marsden Park is another Sydney site. Epping was 2018 last year. And we just opened up Ipswich was last year, 2 weeks ago. So currently we've got 11 sites. We're opening up a new depot, which will be next month. In June of this year, we open up a new depot to do frozen, chilled, and ambient. And this is our future going forward. So Oakdale's in Sydney, which is our new depot. We open up Perth next year. I'm flying to Perth next week. We're meeting about 85 suppliers in Perth. So where the airport is, that's where our first site will be March or April of next year. Then we go to the Gold Coast, where Dreamland is. That's our next site in the Gold Coast. Then we go back to Perth in 2021. South of Perth, there's our next site. Then we go to Auckland, New Zealand, a place called Westgate, west of Auckland. Then we're going to Newcastle. We're here to stay. In 11 countries we operated, we've never ever pulled out. We're here to stay, and we want to grow our business, particularly with our beef category. So the value items, we take about 152 items, and we go around Coles and Woolworths and Aldi to see how competitive we are. We're 28% cheaper than Woolworths, 30% Coles, and 8% Aldi. Very, very different. Now, Aldi has got a limited range. When I talk about range, you go to Coles and Woolworths, 24,000 items. You can buy 200 grams of baked beans, 400 grams of baked beans. You can buy salt-reduced baked beans. You come to Costco, you buy one baked bean. That's it. So we have a limited SKUs. The SKUs is 3,600 to 3,800 SKUs. But we cover a vast array of categories. You can buy a diamond ring for 300,000 if you want, or you can buy a coffin for $300. You can buy baby formula, or you can buy beef Angus beefsteak, which is 100% black Angus, and it's the best beef we have anywhere. There's no other retailer that can sell the beef that we have, and I'll show you why. So we sell gasoline as well. Petrol, they call it gasoline, petrol, fuel. There's one in Canberra, which is the one on the top. The one at the bottom is in Crossroads. Now, anybody know Crossroads in Sydney? It's on the M7, which takes you into Canberra. Now, if you carefully look, there's a big truck that says Woolworths. Now, unfortunately, my ex-wife still works for Woolworths. It took me great pleasure in sending that picture to my ex-wife and saying, Woolworths is buying petrol from Costco. How the hell does that work? And they still do it, because those are contracted out suppliers that go. So the contractors go, and they know that the petrol's cheaper. We are 15 to 20 cents cheaper than any other retailer. And there's a couple of videos I could show you where Costco is, the surrounding petrol station, all drop their costs purely because of us. We have a philosophy that we cannot mark anything about 14%. Not the areas I look after, because I've got a labor component, I've got a bakery and a service deli and a meat. But all our grocery items cannot exceed 14% globally. And it's common knowledge. So we're 50% cheaper than Coles and Woolworths. We don't have to be 15%. We can be 14%, and that's what we need to do. We need to drive our membership. Our membership is vital to our business. All right, so that's petrol. We don't deal with, Coles and Woolworths will do Woolworths Select, and they take every item, branded item, they bastardize the item, they want to screw the supplier over and create their own brand. We're not that. We love brands. We sell Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger, every brand you can think of. We embrace brands. We don't want to bastardize the brands. We want to embrace the brands. Hence, we deal with all these suppliers. All key, Mars, Honest, Kellogg's. We don't want to take an item and change the name and call it Kirkland Signature. No, that's not who we are. Too fast. That's all the non-food items. KitchenAid, Sorbet, Sony, Panasonic, all big brand names. All right? Now, the most important, this is why we're here. The benefits for Angus. So obviously, we in business with NH Foods or Nippon Meats. And the reason for us dealing with them, and I'll tell you why, we've been there since 2013. The consistent quality. I know Adrian spoke about grass-fed earlier, and I know he's not here, but it's not to go against him. Grain-fed is what we want. We've built our business on grain-fed, and it delivers consistency every day of the week. That's why we like the Angus program. It's a Black Angus program, And as long as I said when I was in Rockhampton the last time I did a presentation, as long as I'm sitting in the seat, we will have Angus till the day I'm not there anymore. But Angus will be there in Costco as long as we're there. It's been with us 6 years, and you look at the sales, it's quite clear why we want to continue with it. So the quality is consistent. The consistent branding. We don't change from one brand or one quality. You go to Coles and Woolworths, you can buy a good steak today, come back next week, and it tastes like shit. And then the next week is a good steak, and then it tastes like... We don't have that. We have the same brand, and Angus 100%. The brand is consistency day in and day out. No issue with it. And the pricing. You go to Coles and Woolworths on promotion today, off promotion, on promotion. My pricing now for a rump is $21.99. In 4 months' time, it's going to be $21.99. What does that do? It drives confidence in our members that know when they come to us, it's going to be $21.99. Not next week, not the following week. It's going to be all the time $21.99. It drives satisfaction with our members. The breed, 100% Black Angus, and we advertise. We're proud to be can advertise it. We don't have anything else, and we won't never have anything else. We are proud to have it. The cutting and buying specifications are different. You go to Woolworths, take a rump steak. They're $23 for a rump steak. You got that fat cover, about 12 mil on it. You pay for that fat. We completely denude it. And when you go to Coles and Woolworths, they cut the steak 25 mil. That's not you cook a steak or cut a steak 35 mil. That's why you cook a steak for the best quality. As Adrian spoke about earlier on, you need to deliver the best quality, and from a tasting perspective, to cut the steak that thin and pan fry, put in the bag is a waste of time. It needs to be thick, and that's what we do. Quality and price. We know we've got the best quality product compared to anybody else. You look at rump steak, as I said, it's $23.99 at Coles and Woolworths. We're $21.99. Then they do the Angus program, one of them, I think it was Woolworths. They had $32 for a vacuum pack. We had $21.99 for the same product. How the hell did they get away with charging so much for such a product? And we're confident we have the best product we have. Who buys from us? There was a lot of smokers here yesterday. I can guarantee you half of them buy their brisket from Costco. There was a lady I met yesterday, her name was Amy. She gets it get delivered from Costco Docklands into a friend, and they truck it here. So we know we got the best brisket we have anywhere, and all the smokers come to us. Why? Because we got the best. What is being the best? It's from a value perspective, and it's consistent day in and day out. And that's why Angus is so important to us. I spoke about the marketing, the smoking, the marketing tool, and I'll give you some idea what we're talking about. So when we'll deal with the MLA, and we got a thing called the Costco Connection, which is our magazine that we distribute 4 or 5 times a year. We try to deal with all family-owned companies. So if you look at the Barramundi, for example, that is from a company called Humpty Doo, which is in Cairns. That's Dan, that's Ray, a strawberry guy, that's Sunpork. So what we do is we use this magazine to educate our consumers where our product comes from. And then what we do with the MLA, we do the MLA to do perfect, how to cook perfect steak. So that same magazine is an educational tool to all our members to where we get the product from and how to cook the product. More importantly, our CEO, which is on the top left, and my boss, we visit all our facilities. We've been to Sunpork, we've been to Steggles, we've been to Nippon. It's very important for us to make sure that our senior team know exactly where the product comes. Can you tell me a Coles or Woolworths CEO gone to any of their factories? Probably not, don't have the time. We're different. And then on top of that, look at the bottom left. All those are my meat managers and assistant warehouse managers. Why do we send them in? Is it costly? Shit, yeah, it's costly. But what's more important, you get them on the farm, on the feedlot, through the abattoir to understand how the product is done. What happens is when they get back to the warehouses, they talk with so much authority, they know exactly where their product comes. And that drives member satisfaction. So yes, it is costly, but it's important for us to grow the brand.
This country produces...
So we do a fresh food show every 6 weeks. And what we do is, we get Angus Reserve, we get all our key suppliers to go around to warehouses to taste it. So these are a couple of pictures of it. As you can see, we do big volume, and it's very important to us. Now I'm going to give you some more pictures. I do want to give you one thing, and I know I'm running short of time. See the Angus Reserve, see the strip loin? That is $34.99. Now, we've got 3 ways of selling beef. You can sell it as a cut item at $34.99, or you can sell it as a primal, as a vacuum at $26.99. And you want to buy it big, you can buy it by the case, and it's $22.99. So you've got 3 options of buying our Angus beef. Either as a cut, a vacuum, or a case buy. And as you buy this different one, the price always drops. There's a couple of trade brisket buyers, $8,000 a week. More brisket. We love Angus. As you can see, the volume we do is phenomenal. But I want to give you the more important point of why we're here. So we changed over to Nippon Meats in 2013. 2013, so our fiscal year works from 1st September to the end of August. So we're kind of three-quarter way through our financial year. FY13, 2.3 million. 14, 13 million. Then 19 million. Then 23. Then 28. Then 33. So FY19, we're not finished. We've got another 4 periods left or 4 months left. We're going to end this year on $40 million just in Angus. And if you total that up, this is what we look like. Oopsie. 147 million in 6 years. All in Angus. Only one brand, one supplier. All out of Australia. That makes me proud. That you can take one brand and keep it going. And it's never going to change. As long as I'm here, we're going to stay. And if you look at the truck from the Angus Reserve, only available at Costco wholesale in the bottom right. We have a partnership. We have an MOU with Nippon Meat. We have an understanding that we're not going anywhere, nor they're going anywhere. So our business is here forever. I know I can't do the video because I'm run short of time, but that's all I got. Do you have any questions for me? I know I spoke too fast. Anything? Oh, that was short. Any questions?
When are you coming to Gora?
Yes, sir.
Do you do any Angus small goods?
No, we don't.
Why not?
It's not my area, but if you want me to entertain it, then I can certainly put you in the right connection. But we don't do it. In my area, mine is all primal. But there's Department 17, 18, and 19 that does that. I can certainly put you in contact with them, no problem. Yes?
Marcel, you're looking at any introductions of value-added fresh meat products?
No, you know, I know you mean like taking steak and rubbing it or marinate it. Our meat department is old-fashioned meat department. You look at the meat department, for those who have it, you've got butchers cutting primals. You've got a bakery that bakes products. And I don't mean, you got the Coles and Woolworths, a lot of their bakery products are frozen and thawed back. We make our muffins. Getting back to it, well, our meat department is completely sanitized and clean. We don't put any spices, no marinade. It's a clean cut, nothing else. So if it was in a different department, yes, but not in our department. Yes?
Marcel, do you notice any difference in the demographic of your members?
Yes, certainly.
Age-wise, I'm talking.
Yeah, it's changed recently. We've taken a very slow approach to social media. We've got a marketing person that's a lot more hip than where we were before. And she's used Facebook and email blasts a lot better than we were 3-4 years ago. And that has attracted the younger crowd. But if you look at our demographic and who buys it, it covers every area. And there's certain areas where the demographics with regard to Asians is strong. So in Auburn, in Sydney, we have a strong Asian influence. So in Moorabbin, in Ringwood, in Melbourne, it's the same. We just opened Ipswich, which we misunderstood the client base. We thought it would be a typical Aussie. The amount of Asians in Ipswich was mind-blowing. And the funny thing is, I was telling some of the guys earlier on, because we are membership-based, so you can put down your membership where you live. The second highest disposable income is coming out of Toowoomba. The average purchase out of Toowoomba into Ipswich is $175. So for every trolley that comes, it's good value. And they're driving an hour to go from Toowoomba to Ipswich, so it's great from that perspective. Yes, sir?
How important to Costco is the certified Angus part of the supply chain?
Just say that again?
How important?
Oh,
How important is it to Costco that the meat you buy is Angus certified by Angus Australia?
it's very important because we've put all the labels that is Angus. So we've gone one step further. You can see when you get to our meat department.
Just with your days to
Where am I missing? I was in another room. Sorry, so if you get to our meat department, we'll see all our product is 100-day grain-fed, and all our labels on all our packings is 100% Black Angus. And we're proud to have it. We've had it for the last 5 years. The sales is quite clear that where we're going to be now and where we're going to be in the future. We've built our program. We're doing 700 head a week out of Nippon Meats, and it's continued to grow. It's very important for us. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. I mean, the important is that our meat managers understand where it comes from. And that education of where it comes from, how they talk to the members, it's so important to us.
Marcel, I'm at the back, mate. Semi Burke, chef, MLA.
Where you?
Here, mate, right up the back, champion.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we've worked together over the years and did some amazing partnerships nationally.
Yeah.
I think John asked the question about value added, and you're talking about non-marinated meats. But one thing I can confirm is your innovation to look at other cuts and other methods of cookery. If you take the Yakanuku, for example, which was a fantastic example of how we worked with you, and you put that on menu. So you want to just enlighten these wonderful people about what you did there?
So we use the beef yakinuku, which is a typical Asian dish where you just take brisket and you just thinly cut it. We've obviously, and yesterday at the barbecue, we also had the tri-tip. Now, you don't get tri-tip in Coles and Woolworths or Aldi, but you find it at Costco. Because we're a US-based company, we use a lot of the technology or cuts out of the US that we bring in here. So to answer your question, yes, we do use a lot of the secondary cuts, but our key drive is to drive those tenderloin, the beef, and the strip loin. But as Sam said, we have a huge amount of money on the item that we got out of Asia. So it's been very, very successful. Any more?
So we've got time for one more question if there are. No? All right, thank you
You're
very
good?
much, Marcel. Please
problem.
welcome and congratulate him.
Thank you.
Thank you.